What if we could take a snapshot of a single day in the life of one of the world's most complex nations? I'm not talking about a month or a year, just one 24-hour cycle. What would that single day really show us about its strengths, its struggles, and, its soul?
So, that's the big question we're diving into today. Can one day, just one, truly reveal the character of a nation with 1.4 billion people? Well, we're about to find out. We're zeroing in on this single day, and through it, we're going to piece together a mosaic of a nation under some serious pressure, from global trade disputes to political gridlock and the very real human cost of tragedy.
All right, so let's start with the pressures coming from the outside. India is navigating a really tricky global stage, and on this particular day, we see it making a pretty high-stakes move.
Okay, let's dive into this. On the left, you see a major setback. These really important trade talks with the United States, they're called off. That creates this huge wave of economic uncertainty. Now look to the right for the response. Prime Minister Modi announces the biggest tax cuts in 8 years. And these are not separate events. No, this is cause and effect playing out in real time.
Make no mistake, this is a huge economic gamble. The government is basically sending a signal to the world saying, hey, if you won't trade with us easily, we're going to make it absolutely irresistible for you to invest here instead. It's a really bold move to project strength, even if it means straining the nation's finances.
And this pressure, it's not just economic. Look at that second row. Diplomatic tensions with Pakistan are having a direct cultural impact. A new film is actually blocked from being released in India. So on this one day, global politics are shaping everything from big-time trade policy to what people can go watch at the movies.
Okay, so that's the global scene. Now let's turn our gaze inward. Because while India is dealing with all these forces from the outside, there's an entirely different kind of storm brewing right at home.
This right here reveals a fascinating contrast, doesn't it? On the one hand, you've got total gridlock. Protests have literally shut down parliament, meaning no new laws are getting passed. But at the exact same time, the ruling party is making this major strategic move, naming its candidate for vice president. It's a perfect snapshot of stagnation and ambition happening all at once.
And these aren't just random headlines, They're symptoms of a really deeply fractured political climate. This kind of gridlock stalls the day-to-day business of just running the country, and it adds another intense layer of pressure on the nation.
Now let's take a breath. We're going to shift our focus from policy and politics to something far more personal. Because while all these other dramas are unfolding, the nation is also grappling with a profound and very recent human loss.
241. That's the number of lives lost just 2 months ago in the crash of Air India Flight 171. It's a national tragedy that's still casting a very long shadow over the country. On top of that, more than 50 people are still missing after these devastating flash floods that happened earlier this month. For dozens of families, that just means there's no closure, just a painful, lingering uncertainty.
And then, 7. The number killed in a landslide just yesterday. This isn't history. This is a stark reminder that for so many, this season of sorrow is an ongoing, daily reality.
When you see it all laid out on a timeline like this, you really start to feel the sheer weight of grief the country is carrying. 3 major disasters, hundreds of lives lost, all within just a couple of months. This is the backdrop of national mourning that everything else is happening against.
So, with all this pressure, economic, political, and emotional, you have to ask, how does a nation even begin to move forward? Where do you find the signs of resilience? Well, sometimes it's where you'd least expect to find them.
Look at this. On this exact same day, August 18th, the headlines are also filled with cricket. People are debating who's going to make the Asia Cup squad, player selections, tournament schedules. It might seem trivial, but it's not. This is a powerful sign of normalcy. The national passion, it just continues. It's like a steady rhythm underneath all the chaotic noise.
And so, that's our snapshot, a single 24-hour cycle that shows a nation grappling with global economic strategy, deep political division, and profound human loss, all at the same time, while the ordinary passions of life like cricket just keep going.
It brings us right back to our first question. A day like today reveals a nation under just immense pressure from all sides. It's this incredible mix of challenge, tragedy, and ambition, and it leaves us with one final thought. What truly defines a nation? Is it its breaking point or its remarkable resilience?